Welcome viewers. This is Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, Theologist, New South Wales, Australia. Thank you for joining me. Covert emotional incest and the fallout. So things are moving along really well. The relationship's reciprocal. So you think. The love bombing phase is just about expired. You're not aware how these principles work in MPD. You're watching the love phase disintegrate before your eyes. You're starting to see manifestations from the flying monkeys, relatives, children, friends in the background. There's been a few run-ins, teething problems. And the partner that you're with is concerned about spawn. But you just think it's a normal concern. You don't know it's under manipulation and control, formed domestically over years and years and years of conditioning and training, possibly to the point where it can never be unraveled. But you work in empathy, and you can see that there is an empathetic side to all of this, and the sad part is this can be taken as weakness. You try and contribute, knowing that too well that you've got your own children to concentrate on, adult children, if there is anything to concentrate on outside the bounds of maternal commitments. Your kindness is being translated as weakness. And you're watching all of this take place. You're watching these people disintegrate before your eyes. You're not the only one across the world that's having this happen to you. I heard of a story tonight, just tonight, of a woman who was with a man with 2 children, 2 daughters. By the time they finished with this woman, she needed, and still does have, therapy to recover from the covert emotional incest, assault, abuse, barrage from the children, from the daughters, adult daughters. The father did nothing. Disgrace. The father did nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's not just females. This is the whole point of covert emotional incest. It's not just about single mums either. Or women who have lost interest in their failing husbands to turn to their children to friendify, surrogate, and enmesh. If you want a good narcissist channel, the game's a good one with Jess. No, it's not Jess, it's Yaz. You look a little bit deeper and things aren't going the way that you thought. You're starting to be pushed to the side. It doesn't seem to be intentional, it just seems to be standard practice for this family. You just want to keep building on your relationship. That's what you went there for. That's what it seemed that this person wanted. They've told you that they would like to go exclusive. And you've stepped up to the plate for that. But you didn't know what was happening in the background before you got there. You didn't know that there was severe, deep, covert emotional incest taking place with these people. You just kept playing your part. But behind the scenes, things were degenerating fast. Schisms, divisions, backbiting, fights. Questions, interrogations, abuse, confrontations, all going on behind your back. You have no idea. But then you start to see signs. Your partner's not mirroring you the same anymore. There's distance starting to take place. Things are starting to be pushed aside for meetings with the adult child. Classic covert emotional incest signs of deterioration. The love phase is now over. You recognize that and take stock of what's going on, but you can't, because you don't know about covert emotional incest, you can't seem to work out what it is. What's all this fuss about? Why is there so much fuss about this person? They're gonna die? Somebody said that they might die? They're threatening to die? Instantly you think, well, ring the authorities. The normal thing to do would be to ring the authorities. One would have thought. But no. That would spoil the amphitheatre. That would take the theatre out of it. That would take the attention out of it. That would take the covert emotional incest out of it. That's what these people don't realise. They don't think anybody knows. Oh yeah, we know. You begin to counsel your partner. You're being manipulated, you're being controlled. You need to just put some boundaries up. Have some boundaries. But that's like telling the milkman to leave cheese. It's not going to happen. Just put some boundaries up. Please. 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 But you go on your next date and, oh no, we can't, I'm sorry, we can't go. So-and-so's cut their finger slicing the butter. Oh no, sorry, no, we can't go. So-and-so's got a headache and I need to be there just in case he or she is going to self-harm. And you're thinking, well, ring the authorities, take them to the hospital. Oh no, I have to be there because if I'm not there, the world will end for this person. And you're supposed to be going on a date. And even the dogs know something's not right. So you go home. You just get up and go home. You send the message, I'm not putting up with this. But they don't understand. They can't comprehend what the problem is. They can't comprehend it. How dare you be rude to us? How dare you stand against our covert emotional incest? And you just Laugh to yourself. You don't think I've seen this before? You've got some covert emotional incest virgins. They've never heard of it. They don't know what they're doing, basically. And things really start to diminish. The relationship's triangulated now. And things are starting to get nasty. The love bomb phase, the limerence phase is obviously gone. The woman's attached, or the father or woman's attached to their adult child heavily. They've been given some ultimatums and now they're wavering and wondering, how am I going to get out of this? How do I stop this relationship? It's affecting my covert emotional incest relationship. And I can't afford to lose my child. My security's in my child. My emotions are fixed to my child. I cannot lose my child. Or they might commit suicide. They might self-harm. They might get stoned. They might even drink. They might go out and get drunk. Ooh, whoopie-doo. Meanwhile, their relationship's going down the tubes. You're starting to think, man, is this not this again? Oh no, not this again. No, somebody hasn't parked across the driveway again, have they? This kind of thing. Oh no, you haven't dropped the egg again, have you? The eggs again, have you? And you pull back. You pull back. Next thing, the pullback stands on the corns of the adult child. They know I'm mummy's girl. They know I'm mummy's boy. They know. They know. They know. Now the father starts to waver. Should I be in this relationship? What will I do? My child. I must become my child. I must become my child. And my child must become me. They must be the adult and I must be the child. This is what covert emotional incest does to these people. That way I won't be accountable for the decisions. It'll be the child. The child must become the parent. And then I'm not accountable for the damage being done to my relationship. Yes, I'll become infantile. And distances start to take place. Now the child has the authority over the house. All that needs to happen now is an assault against who you are. A vandalism against who you are. And it will happen. It definitely will happen. But no, I need to understand. I need to understand what's happening here. I need to know. I need to understand. I need to understand. No, my child must become the parent. My child must become the parent, and then I'm not responsible. And so there's a shift of personalities. And now the person that you're with has got a series of split personalities. This is what covert emotional incest does. That's how it maintains its hold, its stronghold on you. I must become my child and my child must become the parent. That way I'm not responsible. Yes, I'll listen to what they say. And children hand over their authority to their children. I don't know what it's called in psychological language, but I'll say it's mad when you're on the end of it. And you're trying to have a relationship. And you're just asking for some boundaries. Please just put up some boundaries on date night. It's date night. Can't we just go and have some pizza without worrying about so-and-so committing suicide? Can't we just leave the defibrillator and the 000 number here on the table before we go? This is what happens to people across the world. These children will force control. And you have to be aware of this. You have to understand when children are interfering in date night, that's enmity. That's jealousy. That's covert emotional incest. If you haven't already, subscribe to the Trade channel, Pro Bricky exclusive with Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison. If you haven't already, subscribe to the theological channel, Pro Theologist. Here's the link to the Matrix screensaver. I must become my child, and my child must become me. My child must be my mother, and I must be my child's child. This is the madness. This is where covert emotional incest changes responsibility roles, changes identity roles, changes what direction the intimate emotions should be going, and it changes the relationship that you're trying to have. It destroys it. Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, Theologist. Bye for now.